is rated R. The program contains scenes of explicit sexuality, coarse language, and nudity, and is recommended for adult audiences.
All right. We ain't gonna do too much. If you can hear my voice, I mean you alive. Just want to make sure we ain't having audio issues right now. The last time we was, I can see. Let me see. I don't know. I think I might need a new cord. This is a cheap mic anyway. But yeah, if you can hear my voice, obviously you alive. You blessed. You thank the Lord. Some people didn't wake up this morning. They did. But yeah, I was just going live because it been dry and ain't really much been going on. But I still been thinking about my man King Cobra, and I've been paying attention to stuff now been doing. Now I'm gonna just say right now, if you don't want to hear about that, you might as well go ahead and exit the building. Because I just found some stuff funny. Because again, this is now we're talking about. She's like, oh, my Joshy, oh, is everything okay? I care so much. I love you so much. No, what up, man? But the shit that she's doing is not adding up. It's just seeming like more, I don't know, like she's trying to cover some shit up or something. I don't know. Like she made a stream, I think it was like 2 days ago, and it said, I miss you or some shit like that. But like I watch a lot of like interrogation videos and forensics, and usually when a person is guilty or like it's usually when it's domestic and it's partners, and they unalive the other when they explaining or talking about the person, they start saying they start mentioning the negative things about the person as they're explaining it subconsciously. They don't even realize because, they deep down, they really hate that person. So they don't realize they're trying to paint this person in the negative light, even though they're supposed to be grieving. So I noticed that. I think that's why she deleted the live. I don't know. I couldn't find it. I don't know who clipped it. I don't know the clippers of that sector. I just started watching her again after Josh died, RIP, because I stopped watching HRH because it's flooded. It's a lot of oil over there. You get flooded in the water. You try to, it's greasy. But yeah, she did that I Miss You stream. That's gone. I don't know. I don't watch her, so I don't know if she's been talking about it recently. I haven't seen any live streams dedicated to them, but what I did see, what I noticed, I don't know. I considered this like her documenting this, like almost, because it shows 2 weeks ago the care package that she was preparing, right? All right, let's go ahead and play that.
It's got a bat on it. He loves jalapeno cheddar Cheetos, and those are like the little puffs or whatever. A Jack Daniel's cup. Sorry, it's already wrapped up. It's got snowflakes on it. So Christmas edition. Some cough drops because he's sick. Some purple clematis seeds. Some more jalapeno cheddar.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. They're still not on speaking terms. He still wants nothing to do with her, right? So she's forcing this care package on him full of seeds and shit. and a bunch of shit that she can easily tamper with. Any of that shit can be penetrated with a needle. And then she gave him pipe tobacco wrapped in a sandwich bag. You could sprinkle fentanyl right over that. I'm just saying. I don't understand why he took anything from her. But she kept that up, right? She kept those up. What else did she put in the care package? I don't know. I didn't finish watching this.
A homemade box the box from the $1.25 tree that I painted, designed myself.
This is how you know when somebody has accomplished absolutely nothing, has no goals or aspirations, when their gift-giving skills are that of a second grader. My daughter gives better gifts than this. She's 7. Amazing.
Little surprise in there.
Fucking Cheetos. You gave them jalapeno cheese whirls and mini Cheetos cheddar jalapeno poppers and toilet paper or paper towel. Almost like you knew he was going to have the runs and diarrhea and shits. I don't know.
A card and a letter, which I'm not going to show you guys that. Little mini verse ribs. Does it want to?
Why? See, like, what the hell? Did you get that shit out of the fucking little machine that you put a quarter in and twist? What is that? Or she's a crazy twisted broad. Is it some sort of symbolization that your ribs about to be hurting, nigga, after you eat this care package? I don't know.
Focus. No, it does not. Okay. Some mini verse ribs that I turned into a magnet so he could put it on his fridge. Yeah, that is not focusing at all. Some.
I don't know nothing about cards, but I'm just going to go ahead and assume the worst. I'm a pessimist. Those cards right there, she was foreshadowing. Let me go back. Let me see what the pictures was. I think it's something. A bird and a broad riding on a horse's back. So the raven was foreshadowing. No, that was a crow. Whichever one symbolizes death. And then the chick on the horse on the joint was her celebrating victory. She's just a quick flash, unless she explains the flashcards right here.
Some snake envelopes. Forgot to give this to him last year when I gave him that. That is not focusing.
What the hell? Wendy.
Okay. When I gave him that.
Hell no. Nigga, a big Buford pair of panties. Hell no. Wait, nah, wrong store. That's Checkers, right? What Wendy's got? The Baconator. RIP Cobes. Damn.
Yes, I forgot to give this to him. And a mango. A peach.
Now, right there. Okay, so if alcohol poisoning, we know he had a bad diet and he was an alcoholic, but withdrawals couldn't have been the symptoms because people were still sending him alcohol. You won't withdraw if you're getting alcohol. If you go weeks or a week, maybe in his case, probably about 7 days, that's when his, shaking and all that is set in, like, seriously, to where he's sick. But it still wouldn't have even been deadly. It would have still took a little more time. So him still drinking and complaining about, pains and all of that, sort of similar to withdrawals, talking about he's having the runs and, hard to breathe. I don't know, man. That seemed more like poisoning. or it could have been complications from just alcohol poisoning and too much drinking and just a bunch of body organ failure. I don't know, but I'm just saying. Yeah, it could have been. It could have been. It definitely could have been. That is very possible, but it's not impossible that after she sent these care packages, she posted a bunch of stuff on her posts, like not a single RIP, but instead songs like Another One Bites the Dust and Good Riddance, and she's talking to Brian, the DoorDash guy. If I'm not mistaken, she met Brian like DoorDashing, right? Like he delivered her DoorDash and then she let him in, right? That's how she met him. I'm pretty sure. Let's see what else is in the care package.
And black cherry nipper. Oops. With a little snake. And some more of these. And then the card and the letter. I hope he enjoys it. I put a lot of time and thought into this, so.
Right there. You see that? That right there. I don't know. I'm an overthinker, but she's an idiot. So to her, that could have been like, oh, I'm so slick and I'm so incognito. They'll never even know what I'm saying. But really, you put a lot of thought into it, but it's kind of obvious you did. I don't know. If she gets caught, it's like, I don't know, man. Because technically, she didn't really have to do anything except put something that she knows would have been a bad reactant to alcohol. You know, she could have crushed up some pills that would have had a bad reaction to when mixing it with alcohol, and just, you know, whatever, anything that could have caused further complications with his excessive drinking. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I don't know why he would do that, and that's why when I seen her, it was like I seen him pipe tobacco, and it was just wrapped up. Like, you could have did anything to that before you. I'm not, what? You crazy? But he made it through though. That, yo, I ain't gonna lie, that homemade wine is some strong shit. I don't know if y'all ever tried it, but when I was alcoholic, I was doing that. That was my so-called quote unquote hobby, when really it was just an easy way to get drunk when I ain't had no money. That shit is strong. And that's why I'm like, but that's why I'm also, I gotta be realistic. He was drinking to the point where it's like, all right, bro, you're probably, you need to get some help or you're gonna die. And he wasn't eating good, he wasn't working out, he wasn't taking care of himself at all. So that's not impossible. But Now's behavior afterwards just don't line up. It's just weird, because she's supposed to love him so much, and it just don't seem like it.
All right, take care.
All right, so take care. That was the end of that, right? And she shows some Dutchess cigars, whatever. I don't know. But then it's like she was documenting it because she made some kind of love spell. He was still alive. That was 2 weeks ago. And then, let me see. Let me go to it. She reviewed him eating the stuff from the care package. Like some sort of sick, watching him consume what she knows was going to cause his demise. That was her last video. And then those lives about a bunch of nothings. And then she made a I miss you 4 days after he passed away. I don't know. That's just strange to me. And she's such an idiot. she picked those Cheetos to give the seal of approval. If I were a detective, I would get that can of Cheetos and test it for everything. She probably thinks she's so smart, but really, she's just dumb. GTA. I don't know. Yeah, that's all I'm saying, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just saying. It's like, and then again, like I said, I think when she made that I Miss You video, she watched it back and realized she didn't come off as a sad person that just lost somebody she loved. Instead, she came off as a person that felt like she almost had to make this video. She has to try to put on an act as if she cares so much, but also letting it show how much, what she really felt, without saying. So I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah, nah, that's a fact. That's what I said, man. That's what I said. I'm like, yo, I'm not about to eat or consume something from random people, especially not a scorned woman that I'm not talking to. That's crazy. Why would, I'm just going to assume it's poison. I don't care if she has the best intentions in the world. You're trying to poison me automatically. But, man, RIP. Yeah. They said that. Bless you, man. They said somebody did comment on the video. They said Clint was getting a toxicology report. But yeah, some poison though you can't detect. That's what I say. But I don't think she's smart enough to get a hold of any of those kinds. But she's so simple. She probably used antifreeze or some shit like that. Probably even just straight fentanyl or drugs or something. She's just so dumb. GTA. But it's like, I don't know if it come back and it's like somebody said, they could say it was ruled a heart attack. Anything could have caused the heart attack. I mean, a speedball can cause a heart attack. A lot of things can cause a heart attack. So, yeah, that's that. Again, it's all just speculation, though. It's just strange that this woman that was, while he was alive and ignoring her, she was actively going out of her way to constantly pursue him and try to get his attention. And then as soon as he died, boom, just like that, not even a mention. It's just weird. I don't know. And I watch so much, crime shit. I bet Brian's involved. This guy she's talking to so much, demanding money from and all this. I bet she's demanding all this money and he can't question her because he's somehow involved and she's using that to blackmail him. But they're both so stupid, they're going to eventually get caught. This is just all just hypothetically and just assumptions. None of this is true. This is all just my opinion. All right. I'm just saying. That's the way it usually goes in those stories when it's like a meth couple and they think they got away with the perfect crime when really they just two drug addicts that just don't realize that they on a bender and just doing a bunch of reckless dumb shit and leaving the fucking, not even a crumb trail, a whole loaf of bread trail until they eventually get caught. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that shit was weird though, man. Yeah, nah, they could definitely detect if it was antifreeze. That's why I say her dumb ass be dumb enough to try to use that and not realize that they can detect shit like that now. They like antifreeze specifically, they will be able to tell if it was antifreeze. Bless you. But yeah, I've seen enough of that shit to know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. But what I was also saying is, do you really think she would be smart enough to get a hold of some poison like that? I don't know, man. She can get a hold of some Fetty before she can get a hold of some 48-hour disappearing poison. I'm just saying. It's not impossible, though. We don't know how resourceful this Brian guy is. So we don't know. Just because he DoorDash doesn't mean he's not resourceful. I don't know. But yeah, just found that weird. Documenting him up until he passed, all the way up until he ate a can of Cheetos, made a post saying, I miss you, deleted that, and nothing since. Just nothing. That's it. No RIP Joshy. I'm gonna miss you, Joshy. We had great times, Joshy. None of that. Just nothing. Strange to me. I don't know. Deacon, what up, man? Yeah. That's really all I had, though. I ain't really gonna hold y'all too long. Yo, where Jimmy been at? I ain't seen that nigga online. Would he get struck again? They done struck him. I ain't even paying attention to that shit. If they did, I don't understand it though. Cause it's like if they consider Jimmy the content, why would you strike the content? Now it's dry for days. Where all you motherfuckers know damn well y'all want to be over there live when Jimmy live where it's turned up at. I mean, she ain't got shit else to do. That shit don't make sense. I don't know. But yeah, RIP Cobes, man. Say I'm gonna probably edit this and let people decide. I don't know. Y'all think that she has something to do with it, or do y'all think it was just natural causes? I don't know. I'm just saying from how fast she fell in love, and again, from jump she showed every sign of a narcissist, from mirroring to the agreeing and the overbearing and the controllingness, and it was just every sign was there. And it's like, but she just pretended to be so in love, and that was another red flag. You barely know him, but you're so in love, head over heels. Yeah, okay, but obviously he didn't know any better, and it's like to go from that to now that he passed, not even an RIP. That's weird. That's weird because again, that would have been her perfect opportunity if she was innocent to be seeking attention, which she loves. This would have been the perfect opportunity for old Queen Cobra to beg for attention and cry for sympathy. She just lost the love of her life, and they were eventually going to get back together and build that clock tower, even though she said she was going to take control over it and control all of his money, and he doesn't even know. Yeah. Oh yeah, King Cobra. You probably don't know nothing about that Deacon. That's you probably don't mess with that sector much, but yeah, he died. And RIP King Cobra, I believe now has something to do with that. Again, my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. I can think what I want to think. Again, the behavior afterwards is what kind of did it for me. Again, when they were together, or when he was still here, even up to his passing, she was just all over him. And as soon as he's gone, it's just like that, nothing. I don't know, man. It seems like she's scared, and she's too dumb to realize that makes it kind of obvious that you're somewhat or some way involved. I don't know. But everybody does grieve different. I don't know. But like I said, I was drinking just as much as he was, and I didn't start having seizures and all that shit for like 14 days and 13 days in with no alcohol, not a drop. And that's when this shit got real. I mean, if he was still having drinks, he wouldn't have been having bad withdrawals. I mean, diet. Again, like you said, liver or kidney could have already been failing. You don't know, because I'm sure he didn't go to the hospital to get checks. Could have been anything, but I'm still leaning more towards her having something to do with it, because again, my people died. You at least, again, not now me, not on YouTube, I wouldn't, but her, she lives on YouTube. See what it is. I appreciate y'all for stopping through. If you made it, bless, love, hit like on your way out. If you enjoyed your time here, if you sat here, you obviously must have, or you would have left. I'm sorry if it was kind of slow and boring. But what I'm gonna do is, because it's more now content, I'm gonna chop this live up and I'm gonna speed it up, because I talk slow as shit. I'm gonna speed it up and then upload it as a video. So motherfuckers want to watch, I put it at 1.25 speed. So you gotta just hear me talking slow as shit. Other than that, I appreciate y'all for stopping through. Bless and love. Praise to the Most High. Thank the Lord if you wake up in the morning. Don't die.